Man, I love that intro. It just
Right?
So
oozes
good.
professionalism and modern.
It gets me excited. It gets me excited, man. I'm just like sitting there doing the head nod, like
You got to get into it.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah,
it's like we are committed. I'm like, yeah, I'm committed, man. I got the head bob going on.
got that good head bob. That's right, man. That's right. That's right. How you guys doing?
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I
I'm
like
doing
it.
phenomenal. Liam,
All right.
Hey,
what do you think about the new intro?
I think it looks amazing.
It sounds great.
Yeah, it really does.
All right,
It is-
so let's do a quick round robin of news in the voice world. Emily, what do you got for this week?
Sure. So the big news this week was that BotMock got acquired by Walmart.
Yeah.
So
right.
that's huge. So congratulations to BotMock. And yeah, I'm just super excited for them.
And you're
It's
going to
really
be
cool.
able to get all your bots at a very discounted rate now. Like extremely discounted. The low prices on bots.
They're rolling prices back.
Yeah.
Can I get great value bots?
So yeah, now I think they're doing a huge migration to VoiceFlow. So it's going to be a
That's crazy.
big project. Yeah.
It is crazy.
Yeah, I would not want anything to do with that. But I'll tell you what, though, I don't know how big BotMock's team is, but I would assume that there was some sort of exchange, and hopefully they got a decent payout.
I'm sure they
You would
did.
hope so, yeah.
That's why we do these things. That's why we build, right? You look for that exit, right?
That's right.
Mhm.
Yep. I always find it interesting whenever, like, let's say you build a company, like take Instagram, for instance, right? You remember whenever Instagram was its own company, then it got bought out by Facebook, but they still kept the guy around as like the CEO for a little bit.
Right.
Mhm.
I always find that to be very, very weird. Like,
Well,
I
there's
honestly,
a transition period though, and he like
I was gonna say
Yeah.
there's usually that.
yeah,
Who's gonna know it better? He's already been through like multiple VC rounds, knows how the funding and everything's working, and basically is that segue to the new team coming in more or less. And sometimes that takes a while depending on the size of the operation, right?
Yeah,
Right.
but you know what though? I'm one of these people. I'd rather just rip the Band-Aid off. I'd be like, all right, man, you own it. You know, you need something, email me. I'll try my
So,
best
right.
to get it to you.
You see how shoddy the back end development is and whatnot. You're like, oh man, we inherited a fire dumpster. Here we go. Someone's got to be accountable in some capacity. Like, hey, stick around. Let's fix a couple things. Tidy this up a little bit. But
a
there
lot
always
of it depends too. I think it really kind of depends also on like how you like what you put into that company. You may want to see the handoff be smooth, and other people might not care. They'll be like, "Listen, you just gave me $500 million. I don't care."
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
And I mean, like the other thing is like your staff still has to be intact, right? I mean,
Right.
you're basically you have to be able to operate the machinery, right? So. You know, if the main guy's kind of sticking around and is that liaison for anything new coming in, you're going to want to definitely maintain your current staff.
Well, and I have to think that that's probably part of like a any sort of merger. There's probably a plan in place where they're like, listen, we'll merge, but you have to do this.
Yep.
And for doing this, we will give you this.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're probably right. But
I would have to think, because it would just be foolish. Like, okay, we're going to buy this thing for $500 million and not know what we're doing. No, you're going to keep the people on.
Where's the on switch at?
I would just throw him the keys, just be like, "Hey, here you go," and he'd be like, "Yeah, the thing, it's broke, but you'll figure it out."
Yeah,
you got this.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with voice experiences. And
Oh my god, those people
Like-
at Walmart, their heads are gonna explode. They'd be like, "I don't know how to work it. Just put it on the clearance rack."
Yeah, there you go.
So, Ben, you got any voice first news?
Hey man, no, leave me alone. No, I'm kidding. I don't.
No.
I really don't. These past few weeks have been a little insane. It's a little tight, as I told you. I think I got my in-laws over a little bit, so it's been a little busy and a little bit hectic. But no, unfortunately, team, I am sorry. I do not have any voice first news this week. I leave it to the pros.
Liam?
Yeah, sorry for my lack of camera. I don't know what's going on with my camera. I don't know if my light's burnt out or something. For those that don't know, I'm totally blind, so like I can have a light burnt out, I'll never know it. So I'm being replaced by this Dolphin Island thing.
Well, it is definitely tropical.
Yeah,
yes,
tropical looks great.
So I mean we have some Poptail news.
Yeah, let's go ahead and
so Poptail tomorrow is presenting at the National Federation of the Blind of Washington's convention. So that's Washington State, not the District of Columbia. Will be presenting tomorrow at the exhibitor presentation. What is it? The exhibitor highlight. From 2 to 3 Pacific time, 4 to 5 Central, 5 6 Eastern. And we also have our own breakout session, and we'll be kind of chatting with people and talking about this voice first gaming stuff and talking about the things that we make and the things that we enjoy. That will be Saturday from 1:15 to 1:45 Pacific, 3:15, 3:45 Central, 4:15, 4:45 Eastern. Yes, I know. Specific. It's what I call it.
Hey, you are very specific.
That's great.
Exactly.
It's going to be
it's like what the Rugrats would call it. You know, I mean, but so we'll be doing that. It's going to be really cool. It's, you know, we're going to be talking to a lot of people from the Puget Sound and beyond.
Yeah.
And that'll be fun. And also, and I'll let you do, but we have a contest.
Yes. So
I'm giving that to Nick.
Starting on the 10th of November, we are going to be releasing the Fabella Creator Contest. And what this is we want people to create on Fabella interactive audio stories / games. And we have 3 prizes that we're going to give away. One's a $500 cash prize, an Echo Dot 4th gen, and a year's membership to Fabella. And the second one is $250. 6 months to Fabella, and then the third one is $100 with 3 months worth of Fabella Pro. Now,
so that's just a straight up cash prize. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, straight up, boom.
Wow.
Hey, what's your PayPal? Boom, done.
Boom. Yeah.
Awesome.
Boom.
And honestly, it's really easy to create in. It's a drag and drop interface. Makes it very simple to create stories. I would check out the Poptail YouTube account. Nick did a really cool video today on how it works.
I saw it. Great work.
It was really cool. I also love his demo that he built from your grandfather's 1949. Was it comic that he drew and wrote in 1949?
Yeah, he drew this, and it was like a school project or something. So I've always been fascinated with it, right? I'd always like, hey, where's this thing at? I'd come over the house and be like, hey, let me check that out again. And, now they had recently moved in with my mom. So, the downsized and everything. And it's like, hey, just, you want it, take it, whatever, and so, so for me, I kind of look at it as being like a piece of art that, we should put on display. I wanted to modernize it a little bit. So I built the whole thing right inside of Fabella. And it's just a simple yes or no voice interaction. I have different characters that read out the different parts of dialogue of the comic book, and the actual comic book page flashes onto the display screen.
It's so cool. I mean, like, I don't get the whole visual sort of thing of it, but like to know that this was something that was written in 1949 and then was like, let's turn this into an interactive like game, or even just an interactive book like that you click through. I think it's like the coolest thing.
Yeah, he was blown away because he actually interacts quite a bit with Amazon Alexa. So all of my devices are connected, right? We're all under one account, spoiler alert. So it's sometimes I'll be like, like walking through my kitchen and I'll look over at the Echo Show and I'll see, oh, you recently played like blah, blah, blah by Frank Sinatra. Or you recently played this by the Moody
Look
Brothers.
Be a lady.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, I didn't. Here it's my grandfather telling her to play these old tunes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like Unchained Melody, whole 9 yards, and like my dad was telling me, he's like, Nick, every day, 7 a.m., the guy's up. He's 93 years old. The guy's up. Unchained Melody's playing on the background. I'm like,
Oh, wow.
I'm like, okay. So
that's great.
yeah. So I mean, it is what it is, and I'm just happy that he was able to like see it, and so he knows it's going to be out there in the wild. One of the other things I want to point out with this contest is we'll be taking the top 3 entries and then publishing those to the Google Assistant, the Amazon Alexa, and
really?
yes. So if you're one of the top 3,
really
you're
cool.
going to have your stuff pushed out there. It's going to be ready to go, and people will be able to interact and watch.
That's
cool. Awesome. That's
really cool.
And then too, probably worth mentioning that all the entries, when the entry period is up, will be up on Poptail in a gallery view. Yes. And one of the cool things about Fabella is anything you make can be put into a web player. So you'll be able to play it from any browser.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
Now, if your browser doesn't have voice control like Firefox, that's just not there. Like you can't respond. But you do still have the buttons. So you can actually click through them. Liam was checking out the accessibility today, said it worked fine, and he's able to go through and navigate through.
Yeah, I was playing the comic. It was really kind of cool. It was really neat. So
that's cool.
Definitely kind of cool to check out. And I would anyone that's interested in creating. I will say the one caveat, which I do have to point out because we have some visually impaired listeners. At the moment, Fabella does not have any sort of mechanism to handle screen readers, so it is purely drag and drop right now. So we're trying desperately to get that fixed. I don't know what the timeline is for that, but I am told it's on the roadmap. Okay. So unfortunately, at the moment, blind creators we're kind of out on this one. But one thing you can do is check out the finished things and vote for them. Yep. And play them and check them out and realize that hopefully sooner than later we'll also get to make these things, and they're really super and fun to create. And this is going to really open up a world of
and to
creation.
and to just be able to share something to somebody through a link, like a hyperlink, is just, it's awesome. And I had some me and the one guy who developed it, it's kind of interesting. I'm like, nah, dude, we need to do it like this, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, I didn't think about that. Oh yeah, let me go back and change that. So it's kind of cool being on that sort of ground level.
And it's kind of cool. And it's cool. It's always cool working on a team, because sometimes you throw an idea at the team and they go, we never thought about that. I've had a few of those moments recently, and it's kind of cool to kind of throw ideas out there and like have people go, wow, that actually, that's going to work.
Right. And I think what the biggest thing is from them is that feedback, right? So you two are looking at it from like a real use case scenario out there in the world, different types of scenarios that definitely need to be accounted for. And that initial feedback is really, really great. Typically teams want to say, okay, can we verify this or validate this with like numbers or something like that? But you are that count right there that gives them that genuine feedback immediately.
And Nick, do you have a link for Fabella? We're talking about this thing. How do people go actually?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Get it up there. I mean, you can see Nick's review, which is, or not your review, your video.
I don't have one on me. I'm a very bad at it. But yes, you could just go to fabellacreator.com and it'll be there.
Okay.
Cool.
And also watch us on social media. I'm sure Poptail Social on Twitter, Poptail on Facebook, YouTube. You'll get all the links there. So make sure you're following us if you're not already.
We'll start pumping out content.
And if you're not following us, why? You're breaking my heart. You're going to make me cry.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to see Liam cry.
Maybe you do, but just not this time. Listen, next time. But not now.
We're not going to be able to know if you're crying. You're in the ocean right now. I don't know.
That's right.
So
a lot of tears.
Moving on, I got a interesting email from Amazon about a service that they were shutting down.
Oh, I got that too.
Yeah. And what the service is, and I'll read it real quick. It says, hello, we're writing to inform you that beginning on November 8th, 2021, email access will no longer be supported for A-Lady customers. This means that you will no longer be able to link your Gmail Microsoft email account with the A-Lady browser or manage your email. and any linked accounts will automatically be unlinked. This change will also impact related email features such as email routines, email notifications. Additionally, we will no longer support email package tracking if you've opted into this feature to receive updates from retailers outside of Amazon. However, you can continue to ask her, "Where's my stuff?" and staying on top of upcoming Amazon deliveries. No action is required from you for this change. If you have a calendar linked to her, she will still be able to access it.
What was the reasoning? What's the reasoning? Why is that happening?
I think I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I do know that for a long period of time, I could say, "Hey, do I got any new emails?" And she would tell me because I had linked my Gmail account. Mm-hmm. And she'd be like, "Yeah, you got an email from Bob Smith, blah, blah, blah." And,
could it be that it's just not being used and so they're cutting features that aren't being used?
I would assume that's why.
I think it's probably it. There's got to be a bottom line back here somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, the other factor that I think, just because I've been doing a ton of email marketing lately, is, people have accounts that they really don't really use, or they just dump everything, like, "Oh, these are my promotions," or whatever, and they just dump it into a single email account, and they haven't opened it. So those email servers, so whether it be Gmail, Hotmail, any of those other ones, specifically AOL and Hotmail, they tend to do this, is if someone hasn't opened it in quite some time, guess what? They're gonna say, "Okay, this account is not really active," and they're gonna get a bounce back to the sending server. So, and what happens is then those sending servers start getting blacklisted, which is unfortunate. I'm sure they can rotate through a million IP addresses, but if you're sending out, a cajillion service emails, well, that's just a pain in the butt to have to deal with. I would assume that's a possibility. I don't know if that's true, but definitely possible, because we've seen it on a smaller level.
I am honestly thinking that a lot of it might just be it's just not being used, and they may feel that it's just something to cut.
Yeah. Because you want to maintain that, right?
Because maybe the resources can be used for something else. I don't. Right. It's a good question. It'll be interesting to find out why that is, because I did see a news article about that. And though I don't, I mean, I think I set it up, used it once, and forgot about it. And I think it's, people are just like, they just don't use it for email. They use it for news. Yeah. They use their phone for email. So maybe that was the Amazon's like, why are we doing this?
Right.
So with that being said, I actually have a little video here that I'm going to show. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but Ben has a life-size BB-8 doll, and it's pretty wild. So
action figure. It's an action figure.
It is an action.
It's a doll.
So let's see.
He dresses it up.
Here we go.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. This is the one that's 24 seconds long. Here we go. Blue BB-8. Where's Bo?
And he's rolling into my office. Now, this toy is really cool because he actually responds to voice commands. Now, you could put him in, and I'm trying to remember the manufacturer, but, he hasn't being visited right now.
It's Spiro.
Spiro makes it.
It's not Spiro.
I thought it was the Spiro. I thought they made the BB-8.
They do make the BB-8, but they make a very small version of the BB-8.
Didn't Sphera go under, or did they get saved at the last minute?
Oh, don't tell me that.
I don't know.
Because I used to have the Vector. Do you remember the Vector?
Yeah, for sure. Yep, for sure. But this one actually, this has a response to voice commands. I think it's like 4 or 5 or 6 different voice commands. But you could also put it in just like roaming mode, and it just like roams around your house or whatever, and just beeps and boops, and it's really, really fun. So
is it AirHogs?
It might be them.
Because I'm just Googling as we do this, and like.
Can you remove the head from the head from the base? You can.
Yes. Yeah, and there's
freaked out. It's like.
Yeah, it does.
Because that was the whole thing about BB-8, right? He had the little rolly head.
That's right. And it does give off a kind of like he does have like a kind of a freak out kind of.
He's like,
noise.
My head.
Is that what he's saying? I'm an idiot sandwich. No.
Yeah, that could be it.
All right.
It's a really fun toy. If you guys could, I don't know if they still make it anymore, but I got it a few years ago, and it's. Really
I still want to get my hands on a. I still want to get my hands on an Astro when those start shipping.
Ooh, yeah.
I really, really want one. Like, I'm sure it's going to be, borked as heck, but I want one.
Go get it, man. Go get it.
I don't have 1,000 G's laying around, man.
Let's make it happen. Let's figure out a way to make that happen.
Yeah, let's start the Get Liam a Astro Fund.
That's right. Let's kickstart that.
Because I'll review it. I mean, I definitely reviewed for here.
Hell yeah, we
right
never
move.
Yeah.
All right, so this week we needed to take a look at celebrity voices. I know we trailed on. Man, we talked for like 21 minutes, but celebrity voices. The first one of which is Gordon Ramsay.
I love this skill.
I know everybody had a shot to check it out, so I've got the screen up. Let's go ahead and check it out and see what we can do. Open Gordon Ramsay.
How does he feel about that?
So, fitting up of yours today.
Tuna fish.
The only good thing about this dish is the fact that I can't see it from here.
Scrambled eggs.
Oh.
Oh, it stumped him.
Scrambled eggs.
You seriously surprise me to how you are.
What other dish could we say?
Chicken cacciatore.
Chicken cacciatore.
This dish is a perfect example of awful cooking. Shall we try
That's not
again?
wrong.
Hey, what happens if you ask it like a personal question?
It's
Should I
just
buy the
kind of.
house?
You're smart. Get 2 slices of bread and stick them on your f***ing ears.
There it is. There it is. Idiot sandwich. Yes.
It's definitely general responses for everything. So no
It
matter
is,
what
but
you say,
they're
but
great though.
I know, I love them.
You know what's so cool about that is the only thing I could see from a marketing perspective, I don't know if Amazon would allow it, but if they could incorporate ISP to remove the censorship,
Mm.
that
I mean, they've got a
yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson voice that is not censored. So I mean, I think it's really just a skill maker.
it would be awesome because that way you know.
Well,
what
there
you're
was a
buying.
warning. There was a warning when you fired it up for the first time, right?
No.
Right. When you first start it up, it does warn you.
Yeah.
And I
like,
don't
this is
know if
the-
there's a way to.
Yeah.
Does anybody know how many reviews this skill has?
This has like over 3,500, right?
Yeah, it's popular.
Yeah.
3656 as
Wow.
of right now. Yep.
That's a lot.
What's its overall rating?
4 stars. 4 stars.
that's
even.
fair.
Which is not
Solid.
bad for that many reviews.
Right.
No,
I think that's
no.
I mean,
not
let's
bad.
be honest. The skill itself is useless, but it's funny.
right.
That's why I
Exactly.
think it.
Yes.
People understand what it is.
Exactly, and that's why it's fun. Also, I believe it was shown on an episode of Master Chef or one of those shows, and that's where it. So they were like,
Okay.
he's like, try my Alexa skill today. Ask me about your favorite foods.
Mate. He's like, I'm not English
Favorite
anymore.
foods.
I'm Australian.
What? Dude. You know what is really laugh? Just have Nick do accents all day long. Let's just do this. I think that's just gonna be the skill. Like, Nick, do a German accent. Okay, here we go.
Well, no, you don't want that. You guys ever see Friends where Joey does an accent, but everything comes out Jamaican? He's like, a southerner. And he's like, hey man. Everything
like
would come out like an Australian accent if I did
That's
that.
so
right.
funny. That's so funny. I remember like
Right.
Cleo the psychic. She was always. We were like, wait, is that an Irish accent? What is that?
No, I think it's like Caribbean.
No, it definitely. I don't know what she was saying. It was
Right,
so
because
funny.
I've got family that's from
Caribbean.
Ireland, and trust me, I know.
I know. It's
Because I'm like the only one that understands what they're actually saying. So one thing about like that thick accent, everyone's like, "What?" And I'm just like, "Oh no, he wants to go to the store."
Yeah. Yeah, he's not
Usually it's he
berating
wants to
you.
get drunk, but I
He
mean,
wants to go to the store.
I have a feeling two guys from the Pittsburgh area could probably translate that. So
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So the next one we had to take a look at was R2d2 Talk. And R2d2 Talk has about 1,200 reviews on the skill store. And let's go ahead and see how cool this is.
It's R2D2.
R2d2 Talk.
Okay, here's our 2D2 Talk.
Don't say that about my mom.
yeah.
All right. Hello.
Hello. November.
So it literally you just wait. So you just open it and it makes the R2D2 sound and then closes.
There's
I
like a
think so.
couple. No, if you do that one,
It-
the one that the sample one with the Senate, it does give a different one. It's like
Yeah,
am
it gives
the Senate or something.
several different responses.
Just I don't know what to say. Like
I-
to get those other ones right.
Yeah, they should have, I guess, more of a comprehensive list of stuff you can like ask.
So Nick, in the search, when I saw like some other skills that were kind of similar to that, there is a Chewbacca skill. And
Ooh.
it's multimodal too. So
Ooh, the mode
yeah.
is multi.
yeah,
It's the same one. It's done by the same guy, Ben.
I'm not sure. I
Is it
Grab
Chewbacca
it.
Chat?
Chewbacca chat. That's it. Yeah.
You gotta try it.
Open Chewbacca Chat.
Okay, here's Chewbacca Chat.
Oh, oh.
There you go.
Okay, he's got to use the thing in order to get the thing. But I like that.
Press Chewbacca to fire buttons. You have to click Chewbacca?
Yeah, but he's got to. Okay, so he's got to do the APL to where I can see where I'm moving the cursor.
Got it.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
yes,
Can you say?
fire.
There you go.
It says firing.
What do you mean you're cold?
Fire. Oh no, we broke him.
Oh, we broke Chewbacca.
You broke Chewie.
Oh, it did it.
Okay. All right. I guess go back.
Go back. Punch it, Chewie.
Chewbacca says, "Whoa." I love how it's spelled out. It's terrible.
I know. It's great.
It sounds like Chewie got his foot stuck somewhere, like it's in like a bear trap or something. Like,
Yeah.
I love Chewie. Chewie's like my favorite character.
how long is he going to do this for?
Forever.
Chewie, you're not dying, are you? You're gonna go to the
He's got a girlfriend.
They have to make, okay, my only critique for this skill would be make more options on the bottom and then have one as like a wild card to where you could kind of communicate with them like via the Gordon Ramsay one. I think that would be kind of funny. What do you guys
Yeah.
think?
Or just like
sure.
surprise me, or just like
Yeah.
something fun.
Ben, what do you think?
Yeah, totally. I mean, there's basically just two options.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even select them. I want to
And they
select
could
them.
have more variety of like responses too. I think that would help.
When I went through it, I was like, okay, we did these first two. Is there more to choose from later?
I
Wait,
feel like
there is more. What is
I
this?
feel like
Let me see
I
this.
should just get one of those Chewbacca Furbies at this point,
Yeah.
honestly.
For sure.
Yeah.
I haven't seen those But
Yeah, they're great.
I like where you're going with it.
They exist. They're Chewbacca Furbies.
That is where let me tell you something. That's where voice needs to go. Okay.
That's why I brought the BB-8, like the BB-8 video, because like you can control these toys. You know, sonically.
Well, not even that. I mean, think about this. Do you remember? I cannot remember the name of them, but I know the Digipets, the
Gigapets.
The little things that remember Ben. They were big whenever we were kids. You'd have to like feed them.
Oh,
stuff like that.
Tamagotchis.
Tamagotchis, yes. Yeah. Like there needs to be an official Tamagotchi skill, and it needs to be like
that would be cool.
Your Tamagotchi died. Why? Because you didn't feed him in 4 days. Start over. You know what I mean? Like that would be cool.
That actually would be really neat. I wonder who owns the rights to that right now.
Well, screw even calling a Tamagotchi. Like, boom, there's your $1 million.
I know, but it would be cool to actually see, because all this retro stuff is making a comeback. I mean, vinyl's cool again. Mm-hmm. Like, how long until Tamagotchis are a thing again?
We gotta contact the Bandai.
Don't they make the Power Rangers?
I guess so. Well, I mean, that's the whole thing with those cartoons back in the day, or all those things where it's like, oh, we create the cartoons as the marketing vehicle for these toys that we're going to.
For these toys, yeah, that was the same. That was Transformers. That was just we're going to create these toys.
Transformers. There's I got an original.
Oh wow!
Pointing up an original Voltron right there. That has the name.
There was remember the GoBots.
GoBots, definitely, man.
What was that? COPS.
COPS.
Where they were all in Empire City.
Yes. Let me tell you something. I love that cartoon. I thought that was cool. And the bad people had criminal names. Like one was called Misdemeanor. I remember that. Like
yes, I remember that.
And
since it was an 80s cartoon, every episode ended with a public service announcement.
Yep. Like, kids, if you see white powder on your kitchen counter, it's probably not flour. Like, you
probably shouldn't snort it.
The more you know.
Question your parents' choices.
Yeah.
No, but it's
remember, drugs are bad. Narc on your folks. Stuff like that.
Remember why Christmas didn't happen? Well, this is why.
Because it's snowing on the kitchen counter.
That's a new definition of white Christmas.
Oh, no. And we haven't even gotten to the Christmas show yet, you guys.
Right? No, that's a whole other
oh, man. Oh, man. That's another thing, dude. Like it's coming up. Like I'm going to be like within probably like 20 days, I'm going to be popping the cork on this thing. And, now that we own our own house, like, I mean, this is going to be like, it was funny. We had people drive past our house for Halloween. They're like, hey, good job, man. Good job. You know what I would tell them? I wouldn't tell them thanks. I'd look them in the eye with a serious look. And I'd say, you wait till Christmas. You wait till Christmas.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn.
So for the Thanksgiving thing, do we know, does Butterball have a skill yet? Because that's, I mean,
oh my gosh,
that would be
cool. They've got the hotline right for the turkey.
That's
so
right.
like, is there a Butterball skill? I mean,
I think there is.
I don't know what we're doing for Thanksgiving, but we got to look at that.
We definitely have to look at that. That's a great idea.
Oh, and I looked at the cookie lady.
Yes.
Remember the cookie lady? That was as creepy as we thought it was.
Okay, so the Butterball skill by Butterball has 8 reviews. A little bit sad about that.
8 reviews.
That's it.
Man.
I mean, somebody needs to put this in their marketing newsletter. I'm not telling them.
I think. You mean our marketing newsletter?
How are the reviews? Are they good at least?
3.5. So
okay.
So here's the description.
Would not cook my turkey. Don't recommend.
Right. We deep fried our turkey, but the house blew up. So wait, what?
Butterball Turkey Talk Line experts are here to help you host like a boss with the turkey preparation hot toss tips and recipe inspiration. Use this skill year-round to access expert guidelines that you'll need to help you prepare an unforgettable meal. And it says, with Butterball, you can plan, prepare, cook, and enjoy your turkey. Get the answers to questions like these. How much turkey should I buy? How long should it take to thaw my turkey? How do I roast my turkey? How do I know when my turkey is done?
When it stops gobbling.
Yeah.
When it doesn't bite you.
So
yeah, because we'll be. I mean, I doubt we're all going to be in any shape to broadcast on Thanksgiving.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
And we got the Sparkies, right? So we got the Sparkies
Yes.
before.
Right.
So I don't know. But I really want to look at this like around that time.
Yeah, we should do it the week after.
We need Butterball to get on as a sponsor. Let's go. Let's sponsor these Sparkies. It's time of year. Let's get
sponsor a turkey breast so I can cook it.
Yes,
for
we should contact them and get the word out there. And be like, listen, here's the deal. You send us some turkeys. We do the skill.
We'll get you more than 8 ratings.
Yeah, we're guaranteed to get you at least in the double digits.
Let's go, Butterball.
We'll get you to 10.
We'll get you to 10.
Oh man!
Oh my god!
So with that being said, those were the 2 skills that we went out there and we showed. But there is one skill that I want to bring up, which I really like, and it's made by Vox Protocol. And
there's our guys.
Yep, it's one. Yeah, there's certain companies that I'm very, very fond of in the voice world. FYI, this day in music history, I think, is the name of it.
Ooh.
Where is it? No, it's not. Maybe it's today in music history. Like, I should know this, right? Like.
Come on, Nick. You're the encyclopedia. Let's go. Come on.
I know. It's a shame. I feel bad. I feel like I'm letting Steve down, but I really wanted to show this. Where? What? Hold on.
Steve, just drop it in the chat. Let's go.
Yeah.
Please, I know you're out there. Come on, buddy.
Daily music history. That's what
there it is.
There
That's
we go.
the one. Winner,
so
turkey dinner.
The cool thing about this skill is, and why don't we give it a show real quick? We'll give it a quick shout out here. Screen share. I feel like an old person sometimes, like navigating all these different displays and stuff.
Nick, Nick, stop. We're
where's the
old, man.
button? Okay, so start daily music. Oh, I don't know if it's in. Oh, what? Start daily music history. I'm not going to touch anything. I promise. Did she register?
Yeah, sometimes I feel it's slow on this.
Start daily music history. I love the Sonic branding.
I know, it's great.
That's Sonic branding.
Brought to you by Vox Protocol, the global leader in voice app entertainment. Let's jump right into
It's a bold statement. That's a bold statement.
That's
I
true.
think they're living up to it.
On this day in 1966, the Beach Boys' track Good Vibrations entered the UK charts. Let's hear that song now.
Oh, how cool is that?
That's
you get
awesome.
You get a little backstory, you know.
So how does it go play the music? Is that pulling from?
I don't know. It's all done on the back end because it's not done through it's probably done through the audio player in the SDK of Alexa, but it's not done through Amazon Music.
Okay.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah, that's really, really cool.
Yeah. So I wanted to share that with you guys because it's
really
one of my favorites.
And I feel like it's such a good way to remember the song too.
Yep.
Remember,
Oh, for sure.
and music
What'd
is
she
free to learn. Please make sure to give us a follow on Twitter at Vox Protocol.
Oh, I follow them.
And stream it by asking your voice assistant to open explore our
All right. So,
For now,
with that being said, we are at the 40-minute mark. Does anybody have anything else? We've explored.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
Emily, go first.
Sparkies.
Yes.
Please.
Oh my
Yes, the
That's
Sparkies.
right.
We almost went through the whole thing about
I
doing a
know.
Sparky watch.
That was the one of the two that I had. That was one of the two that I had.
Okay, so let's go over and take a quick peek at what we're working with here. Now, the Sparkies are our annual award show that focuses on, we say indie developers, but developers of any size in the voice industry. And you can vote for them. Currently, the automotive electrical game has 272 votes. In second is Kind Space with 87. And in third is Cards of Wonder with 34. Now, I went back behind the scenes and took a look at some stuff, and Cards of Wonder has about 10 votes sitting in the queue. So,
Okay.
if you're Space Bones, if you're the other side, if you're Bamboo Learning, if you're Warriors Lands, if you're Word Snatch, you're in that next tier. You just got to get on it and have people vote.
Get it in
Voting's
there.
real simple. Just
Get
go
it
up
in
there,
there.
fill the form out, click the buttons. You can vote for up to 5 different skills at once. Each time you vote, you do need a separate email, and that's it.
That's
And
it.
keep in mind that, you know, the voting is not the entire point pool. So just because automotive electrical game is kind of waltzing right now into first does not mean that they're going to get first.
Yep.
It
So
will
doesn't.
help them, but you
Yep.
know, make sure you vote. I mean, if you got a skill that you like, listen, get your skill some love
Yep.
That's right.
because it
Keep
will
that-
help.
Yeah, and I would say keep those votes up. You know, we're gonna be in contact with you, keep you up to date with what is going on with those votes at the same time, and then also, you know, tune back into the Sparkies Live. You know, which we'll send you reminders on that too. But yeah, it's keep those votes going. Keep those votes going. If you show those, the real thing is you're showing those developers some serious love at the end of the day, and like they deserve a ton of props. Let's be honest. You know, they're working hard, and we want to recognize them. So show them some love.
Automotive electrical game was actually created by a high school teacher.
That's right. That's right. I remember that.
So cool.
Kind Space is developed by a nice people out of England, and Cards of Wonder is was brought to you by Will from the Tells of Old.
Yeah.
So, vote for the skills.
And when are the Sparkies, Nick?
It is the 18th of November. That's our award show. Now, if you think you're just going to tune in for 2 minutes and find out who wins, no, that's not going to happen. We're going to drag this shit out for an hour.
It's gonna be great.
It's going to be awesome.
It's gonna
Bruno
be-
Mars is gonna be there. No, I'm kidding. He's not. Gonna be
Hey, what if it was like Wayne's World 2? You know how it was like you had to put on Wayne Stock, man, to know you
Wayne
failed.
Stock, Spark Stock.
So Will I Am won't be there, but L I Am will be there.
L-
There we go.
That's awesome. So, does anybody else have anything before we close out the show?
I have one thing. What I had to, but Emily, you know, you were right ahead of me there, so that's good. No, today was there's a local charity here in New York City that I support and I've done work with for a good amount of years, the YWCA of New York City. Today was their 48th annual Salute fundraiser. They do a ton of great programs for kids all through the boroughs. Really provides that second level of like education and kind of social consciousness that really that these kids lack, you know, from the public school system here. So I'll just give a quick readout of the 48th annual Salute. You could join, well, you can go to their website and see the video of today, kind of like the live stream, but it happened a little bit earlier. But Salute Sport 2021 supports our racial and gender justice, empowerment, advocacy, and leadership initiatives for youth through their after-school, summer enrichment, and high school girls programs. They have really cool programs called Geek Girls and a few other ones that really kind of help girls and everyone really kind of get to the next level, even with coding. So really, really great programs that they do. If you guys can, any donations is helpful. Go to ywcanyc.org. and smash that donate button, show them some love. They do a lot of really great stuff for a lot of great kids.
That's awesome. Thanks, Ben. Liam, I'm back over to you. Do you got anything to finish?
I'll do it in 30 seconds. Poptail, tomorrow we are at NFB of Washington State, nfbw.org. We will be speaking both tomorrow and Saturday. Visit the convention page, click on the agenda, find out when we're live. Click in on Zoom. Come join us. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be fun to talk about voice gaming, interactive gaming, and share it with a lot of really cool people. So please be one of those people. nfbw.org. See you there.
Yep. Couldn't have said it better myself. And with that...
Nope, he couldn't.
And with that being said, let me go ahead and do the outro.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.